It's just gone 6 o'clock. It's Saturday, the 15th of July, and welcome to our weekly news programme. And in the news tonight, the first of a 3-day music festival was called off last night due to bad weather. Jurassic Fields was due to see its first performers at 3:30 yesterday, and due to the torrential rain and winds, the event organisers decided to cancel the first part of the festival. The announcement was made on the festival's social media page. The organisers said, "We have done all we can to make it happen, but the weather is completely against us and the safety of attendees and crew is the most important thing. We are constantly monitoring the conditions and we will be giving updates as soon as we can whilst dealing with the immediate situation." However, the good news is the event has gone ahead today and tickets that were purchased can be used for all weekend. So those who missed out on Friday were able to attend either today or tomorrow. Now, other events have been cancelled over the weekend, including the Tolpuddle Martyrs Festival that should have been happening this weekend. That's been cancelled due to the extreme adverse weather. And Bee Fest that should have been happening at Poundbury today has also been cancelled. Now, Get Active Day returns to Weymouth Beach tomorrow, Sunday the 16th of July. The event is hosted by Weymouth Town Council on the beach as part of its annual sports festival. The council are pleased to partner with Weymouth Beach Volleyball and We Are Weymouth once again this year to bring you a fun 2 weeks of sporting events on the award-winning beach. And of course this week we've heard that it's been picked as the Times beach, #1 beach in the country again. There will be many activities on offer for everyone. The event is free and you don't have to book in advance, just go along. Sister Fitness will be offering Zumba and Pilates sessions. NL Fitness will be doing 2 Beachbody boot camp sessions, as well as BA Dancer offering a Latin solo taster session. And they will be finishing off the event with a performance. Mayor of Weymouth, Councillor Kate Weller, said the Get Active Day is this Sunday. Come along and take part in some free sessions, including Latin solo dance sessions, Zumba and Pilates classes. The event will be great for people to participate in free sporting activities and is held in the sports arena opposite Alexander Gardens on Weymouth Beach. Next week, of course, there will be the annual Weymouth Beach Classic Volleyball Grand Slam, and that will be between Friday the 21st and Sunday the 23rd of July, and that will round off this year's annual sports festival on Weymouth Beach. Now, 3 GP practices are to merge in Weymouth. The proposal will see Dorset Road practice, the Royal Crescent and Preston Road practices come together under one contract from April next year, that's 2024. GP partners say the patients will benefit from the merger, which will make it more attractive for recruiting new doctors and nurses. No surgeries are due to close under the proposal, and patients will still be able to attend their usual surgery and see their usual doctor or nurse. Benefits will include the ability to attend an urgent appointment at any one of the surgeries if one is not available at your usual surgery, and for patients to have access to the combined skills of the whole clinical team across the 3 practices. Dr. Wayne Knight from the Dorset Road practice said, "We see this as a very positive and constructive move forward. Joining forces offers many benefits to patients and practices alike. As a bigger organisation, we will be more sustainable, more attractive to recruiting new clinicians, offering increased opportunities for clinical and non-clinical staff, and greater access for patients to the skills within the combined GP and nursing teams." Patients registered with both Dorset Road and Royal Crescent and Preston Road practices do not need to do anything to continue to receive care as normal. Any current treatments, medications or investigations will not be affected by the plans to merge, and all sites will remain open. A 5,000-year-old boulder has been discovered in the Valley of Stones Nature Reserve near Portisham. The polishing boulder, which has a glossy surface, would have been used to polish axe heads, which was an essential tool in Stone Age times. The boulder is formed of sarsen stone, which is a very hard form of sandstone, which was used in Neolithic period for building monuments. Perhaps one of the most famous of those monuments are the sarsen stones used at Stonehenge near Salisbury. The extremely rare discovery is only the second undisturbed stone of its type to be found in its original position in England. The Valley of Stones is a national nature reserve and has an unusual train of sarsen stones, boulders strewn across the valley, tumbled down from the ridge during the last ice age. The main band of stones is about a quarter of a mile long on the valley floor, with smaller deposits on the slopes above. The Valley of Stones lies within the South Dorset Ridgeway area, a land of bone and stones between Little Breedy and Portisham, if you'd like to pay that a visit. Okay, news from Dorset Police this week. Police officers are investigating a failed to stop collision in Weymouth and are appealing for witnesses, especially a witness who stopped at the scene, to come forward. The incident occurred at around 6 p.m. on Monday the 19th of June on Dorset Road near the roadworks between the Manor Roundabout and Morrison's. It's reported that a male pedestrian was knocked to the ground by a black or dark coloured car and the driver then left the scene. The man did not sustain serious injuries. Police Constable Joseph Garrard of Weymouth Police said, "As part of my inquiries, I'm aware that a bus driver and a male driver of a blue BMW stopped at the scene to help the victim. I've spoken to the bus driver, but I'm really keen to identify the BMW driver so I can establish what they witnessed. I would therefore ask this individual to please make contact with me. Finally, I would also ask anyone who was in the area at the time and either witnessed the incident or has downloaded the footage from their dash cam to please get in touch." As usual, anyone wanting to get in touch with Dorset Police can do this on the non-emergency number if they've got any information about this or any other incident by calling 101, or if they wish to do it anonymously by contacting Crime Stoppers on 0800 555 111. Now, those travelling between the capital and stations in Weymouth and Dorset area should be aware of reduced service on the South Western Railway network between Monday, July the 17th and Wednesday, July the 19th. This is as a result of a nationwide ban on overtime by members of the ASLEF Rail Union. Services will usually be reduced to hourly or off-peak periods with a small number of cancellations during the evening peaks. Some first and last trains may also be cancelled. Now, after that, on Thursday, July the 20th, a nationwide strike by members of the RMT union will mean a significantly reduced service will operate on a limited number of lines. Trains will only operate between the hours of 7 in the morning and 7 in the evening, with last trains departing around 5 o'clock. And again on Saturday the 22nd of July, a nationwide strike action by members of the RMT union will again mean a significantly reduced service on a limited number of lines. Trains will only operate then again on from 7 in the morning to 7 in the evening, with last trains departing around about 5 o'clock. Now, customers on those days are advised to travel only if absolutely necessary. And of course, as with all of things with travel and strikes at the moment, customers are advised to seek information before they set off on their journeys to see what services are running and what services are affected. Now, practitioners, service providers and partners came together this month to celebrate 10 years of Dorset Families Matter, a government-funded support scheme which helps the county's most vulnerable families. The scheme, which is part of the National Supporting Families programme, helps families get the support they need to address multiple and often complex issues. Over the last 10 years, more than 3,500 families in Dorset have been supported through Dorset Families Matter to tackle issues around financial or housing insecurity, poor mental or physical health, domestic abuse, poor educational attainment or substance misuse. By adopting a whole family approach, the local scheme aims to provide the support needed to resolve issues as soon as they arise. And through working closely with those affected and building supportive relationships, Dorset Council, alongside voluntary and community partners, has been able to help families build better lives for themselves. One way the support from the scheme is making a real difference is helping vulnerable families struggling with financial difficulties. Thanks to the programme's strong links with the Department of Work and Pensions, families in Dorset have been benefiting from dedicated employment advisors. Now, nationally, the Supporting Families programme has supported over 650,000 families. Now, if you want to find out more about support available for families in Dorset, go to the Dorset Council website and search for Family Support in Dorset. The range in Weymouth has announced that it is to welcome an Iceland's branch into its Weymouth store. The Iceland store will work as a new department within the range and will open on Friday, July the 21st. It will take up around 2,500 square feet of space in the corner of the ground floor, and it will be stocked and staffed by existing range store staff. The range will remain open whilst the reorganisation and refit is carried out, with most of the work being done outside of store opening hours where possible. A new campaign is being launched to encourage older people to use their free bus pass to meet friends and family, rediscover local attractions and get their culture fix from 66. This new campaign follows research showing a 36% drop in bus usage since 2019 for concessionary pass holders. Older and eligible disabled people are being urged to make the most of free bus travel to meet friends, connect with nature and visit new places this summer through a new government campaign launched today. The new Take the Bus campaign is targeting people aged 66 plus and disabled people who are eligible for concessionary passes, and to encourage them to use the free bus travel where it's available. The campaign reminds pass holders of the benefits of using bus travel, including staying active, visiting new places, taking up hobbies and seeing friends and family, while saving money on travel. Excuse me. The new adverts encourage pass holders to take the bus, with posters and social media assets made available for local authorities, bus companies and others to customise, co-brand and use in their area to promote the scheme. Along with the government's £2 bus fare cap scheme, the campaign aims to get more people using the bus to help reduce congestion and emissions while supporting the bus industry and helping grow the economy. Thanks to the free bus scheme, concessionary pass holders around the country can access great days out for free this summer. Now, the summer holidays at Dorset Country Park are full of fantastic events to get stuck into, with some returning favourites and some new additions. There really is something for everyone. Now, if you haven't visited Dorset Country Park, it can be found 1 mile south of the town of Swanage in Dorset, and it's well worth a day out or a visit. From Wild Wednesdays to orienteering and delinquent dinosaurs and fantastic fossils, there is plenty to get involved with. Topping this off, they have kids drawing workshops from artist Mark Page, a glass engraving workshop and the return of the Enchanted Cinema with another of their interactive music and cinema workshops. On top of all of this, Dilston will host a children's activity trail daily throughout the summer break from Tuesday the 18th of July to Thursday the 10th of August. Take a trip through time and learn about Dilston's past with the Time Traveller's Trail. Then from the 11th of August to the 3rd of September, follow the map and find the treasure with the Pirates of Purbeck Trail. Meanwhile, in Dilston's fine Foundation Gallery, families can enjoy a unique art exhibition inspired by the Shetland Isles from artists Robin Mackenzie and Katie Harold, featuring prints, paintings and drawings. This will run daily from the 26th of July to the 30th of August, 10:30 to 5 p.m, and it's free to enter. With so much going on, Dilston is a good place to visit for the whole family this summer. So there we go, Dilston Park, 1 mile outside of Swanage. Take a ride on the Swanage Railway and then pay a visit to Dilston. A great day out there for the family. And finally, in our headlines tonight, families are being invited to the Tank Museum at Bovington this summer. The museum is celebrating the centenary of the tank and is constantly updating and adding to its visitor attractions. It now has a total of 300 tanks from 26 countries laid out in 10 exhibitions, which span the 100 years of the history of the tank. The museum is suitable for all ages, with exhibitions, interactive displays, games, models, lots of activities, hands-on activities, and the chance to dress up as well. Tanks there span from the first ever tank, Little Willie, who you can see up on the screen there, to the latest British Army's current main battle tank, the Challenger 2. And that's the end of the headlines this evening. Now, Butterfly Conservation, which is an organisation that looks to look after butterflies and moths, is calling on people across the UK to take part in this year's Big Butterfly Count. And it started on the 14th of July, so it's just one day in, and runs through to the 6th of August. And basically the Big Butterfly Count is to help scientists understand the impact of climate change on our most loved butterflies. Last year's record temperatures, heatwave and drought caused some of the plants that caterpillars feed on to wither and die. And to help scientists discover what ongoing impact of this extreme weather has been, the public are being asked to spend just 15 minutes in any sunny spot and record the number and type of butterflies they see. And here's a video from Butterfly Conservation to tell you all about the Big Butterfly Count.
I love being outside and connecting with nature, especially when that involves seeing butterflies. And it's even better when you can contribute to some important citizen science in the process. I am of course talking about the Big Butterfly Count, and this year it's taking place between the 14th of July and the 6th of August. By taking part, you can help scientists at Butterfly Conservation understand more about our butterflies and how they respond to things like weather patterns and climate change. It's dead easy to take part. All you need to do is download the Big Butterfly Count app or head to bigbutterflycount.org, and on there you'll find a free guide that will help you identify what you see, or you can download a free ID guide from the website. Then you just need 15 minutes in a sunny spot. You've just got to count the type and number of butterflies you see, as well as some day-flying moths, enter your data into the app or onto the website, and the scientists at Butterfly Conservation will take care of the rest. Now, if you don't actually see any butterflies, it's still really important to record that. Scientists want to know where butterflies aren't just as much as where they are. And do try not to be disheartened. We do know that butterflies are declining in the UK, but by counting these numbers and submitting the records, we can help really target those conservation measures to help them recover. So please do submit your results, don't forget to do that. And the best bit is you can do as many counts as you want over the 3-week period. So if you tell your friends and your family about it, get them all having a go. You can even do one every single day, because the more counts happen, the more data we get, and that's really important for the conservation of butterflies. And as well as that, it means getting more people outside and connecting with nature, which can only be a brilliant thing.
There we go, that's Butterfly Conservation's Big Butterfly Count. Now, butterflies are a good indicator of healthy natural environment, with half of Britain's butterfly species already threatened or near threatened with extinction. It's never been more important to understand how our insects are responding to the changing climate and to take action to protect them. Butterfly Conservation's Big Butterfly Count is the largest citizen science project of its kind, and is a positive way that everyone can help. As well as contributing to important scientific data collection, taking part in the count is a great way to enjoy time outside, connect with nature and to have fun. And we took part in our household today, and in just 15 minutes I think we saw 5 different types of butterflies and moths, and we have reported those via the app, and we'll no doubt be doing it again over the period of the Big Butterfly Count. So if you'd like to take part, just go on to Google and search for Big Butterfly Count or for Butterfly Conservation, and you'll find all the information. You'll be able to download an app to your phone to identify and record the butterflies and moths. Now, last week we heard about some of the investment at Dorset Hospital, and there are lots of things going on at Dorset Hospital, lots of investment in our local hospital there in Dorset. Last week we heard about the outpatient assessment unit at Southwark's House. This week we're going to hear from Tristan Chapman about the emergency department at Dorset County Hospital and the developments going on with that area of the hospital.
It's a really exciting time for us at Dorset County Hospital, as we've got big plans to expand our site over the next few years. As part of the government's new hospital programme, we're planning to build a brand new emergency department and critical care unit. Our emergency department currently sees twice the number of patients that the hospital was originally built for, and there's an increasing demand for our critical care services. We're going to demolish the old Damon School building and build a brand new hospital wing that will link into the existing hospital. It's going to include a majors unit, a minor injury space, a mental health facility, dedicated emergency paediatric area and a paediatric space in critical care. There'll be 24 critical care beds, an ambulance offload area and fast assessment bays. There'll also be a rooftop helipad. It's going to be an amazing facility that will make sure Dorset County Hospital provides outstanding care for years to come.
There we go, more news there from Dorset Hospital, and thank you to Tristan for that, and we will be hearing more in the weeks and months ahead. Now it's that time in the programme where we go over to our regular contributor Andrew Wright for this week's film review and preview.
Welcome to Wyke Regis TV film review and preview. I'm Andrew Wright. This week, the horror film Scream 6 was released on home video. The film is the sixth film in the Scream franchise and a direct sequel to the 2022 Scream film, which relaunched and revitalized the franchise. Scream 6 features a returning cast consisting of Melissa Barrera, Jenna Ortega, Jasmine Savoy Brown, Mason Gooding, Hayden Panettiere, and Courtney Cox, reprising their roles from various films in the franchise, with actors Josh Segarra and Dermot Mulroney joining the cast. Scream 6 revolves around a new Ghostface killer who begins targeting the survivors of the Woodsboro legacy murders in New York City. Now, I watched this for the first time with its home video release, and considering I wasn't particularly fond of the first 4 films in the franchise, I absolutely love this film. The New York setting and aesthetic really made the film look great. The script kept me on my toes throughout the film, and there were just great performances from Melissa Barrera and Jenna Ortega in a film that tackled the topic of PTSD. I gave this film 4.5 stars out of 5. There have been discussions about a 7th film, but none have been confirmed yet. And this is a fan favourite cult classic horror franchise, which I only really started to enjoy with the 5th film. So, in a somewhat breaking news story, the Screen Actors Guild of America, also known as SAG-AFTRA, has failed to reach a new contract with the Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers. The entity that represents major studios and streamers. This means that every actor who's a SAG-AFTRA member will be on strike and taking to the picket lines, alongside the Writers Guild of America, who remain on strike after over 70 days. This means that every film and TV show worldwide currently filming, which is predominantly consisting of SAG-AFTRA members, will also have to shut down production until the conclusion of the strike. One show that has been confirmed will not be shutting down is the HBO series Game of Thrones prequel House of the Dragon, which will not shut down due to it being under UK labour laws. There have been rumours floating around the industry that films scheduled for release in the 4th quarter of 2023 and beyond could be delayed and spread out across the next couple of years as a response to the strike. This is a developing news story, so please stay tuned for more updates, or you can follow updates about the strike on news websites such as Deadline.com. This week, the new Greta Gerwig film Barbie, starring Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling, as well as the new Christopher Nolan film Oppenheimer, starring Cillian Murphy, had their London premieres. These two very high-profile films released on the same day, July 21st, and cinematic double bills of these two films have been endorsed and promoted by high-profile industry members including Tom Cruise, Christopher McQuarrie, Margot Robbie, Greta Gerwig and Christopher Nolan. At the Oppenheimer premiere on the 13th of July, the actors did take to the red carpet to do press for the film. However, they left the premiere before the screening of the film at the IMAX Leicester Square due to SAG-AFTRA strike being called. Stay tuned for coverage of both films' opening weekend. That's all I have for this week, but be sure to check back next week where I will preview both Barbie and Oppenheimer. Now back to Gary in the studio.
Thank you very much there, Andrew. And yes, as he says, the strike of the writers and the actors is a developing story and is going to affect many releases over the weeks and months ahead if it's not resolved soon. So we will get updates on that in future programmes. It's that time in the programme now where we go over to the Met Office for the weekend national weather forecast, and this week we are joined by Jonathan Vautry.
Hello there. June's heat certainly feels like a distant memory for some of us. The middle of July is bringing us something much more unsettled, with this area of low pressure staying with us through the weekend. Those isobars really squeezing together across southern areas of the UK, so there is a yellow wind warning in force for southern Wales, southwest and into southeastern areas of England. Gusts widely of 40 miles per hour, potentially up to 55 miles an hour in places around some of the heaviest showers through today. That is enough to cause some disruption, particularly around coastal areas. We could see some large waves and spray, but even inland with trees in full leaf, we could see some branches being knocked down and may cause a bit of disruption to travel and any events that are out throughout the day. So do just take care. Elsewhere, we'll see a mixture of thunderstorms and sunny spells throughout the day. Some heavy showers as well, providing some torrential downpours of rain and hail also possible. Because the winds are so strong across southern areas of the UK, those showers and thunderstorms are going to be pushing through at quite a pace, so that reduces the chance of us seeing any noticeably high rainfall totals here. It's where the winds are lighter across northern areas of England, Northern Ireland and Scotland where we could see some of those thunderstorms turning slow moving throughout the day. And so that's where we have thunderstorm warnings in force. Potential for 30 millimetres of rain in just 2 or 3 hours. Potential for some flash flooding and some surface water issues for any travellers during the day. So certainly some watch points for all of us as we do head throughout Saturday. It's going to be feeling though rather cool in amongst all those showers and that breeze. Top temperatures likely around the high teens for Scotland and Northern Ireland, closer towards 20, maybe 22 degrees Celsius across parts of southern Wales into eastern areas of England. Some of those heavy showers and thunderstorms will continue throughout this evening as well before they gradually ease their way off. Likely turning driest for parts of eastern Scotland down into East Anglia, South East England as well, but there'll be showery outbreaks of rain persisting in other areas as well. The breeze is going to stay with us overnight. That will help mix up the air, so it's going to reduce the chance of our temperatures dropping off too far overnight. Many of us holding up around 12, 13 degrees Celsius, so not that chilly at all. The second half of the weekend, though, is looking to stay relatively unsettled as well. The low pressure system is pushing its way slowly up towards the north. That is going to help those isobars to space their way out a bit more across Wales, central, southwestern areas of England. But actually now those squeezing together a bit more for eastern coastal areas into northern England, parts of central Scotland, likely to see the strongest breeze throughout Sunday. That could come associated with some more persistent areas of rain for parts of western Scotland, and elsewhere we will again see some heavy showers bubbling up during the afternoon. Those again could provide some thunderstorms primarily for parts of eastern and northeast Scotland into the afternoon. More in the way of sunny spells developing across Northern Ireland, Wales and England in between some of those showers as well. Temperatures on Sunday, thanks to that slight bit more sunshine, more widely pushing towards 22 degrees Celsius across parts of central, south and eastern areas of England. But again, where we hold on to that breeze and those more persistent areas of cloud and rain, Northern Ireland, parts of Scotland, not seeing much higher than 18 or 17 degrees Celsius. Some of those showers again lingering as we move into Sunday evening before they gradually ease their way off for Northern Ireland, England and Wales. But the more persistent rain for parts of western Scotland is going to continue throughout the night. Again, going to be quite a damp 24-48 hours across locations here, and the breeze just persisting still as that low pressure centre gradually clears its way off. We're going to hold on to the relatively unsettled and showery conditions as we head into the new working week as well. So do stay up to date with the full forecast. You can find all our details across social media, Twitter, Instagram and Facebook. And we'll be back here again on YouTube, the app and on the website very soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much there, Jonathan, for the national weather forecast. And now looking at the weather for the week ahead here down on the south coast, we can see that the temperature is going to hold up sort of that medium sort of temperature for this time of year. So not too cold, but not too hot like they've been having on the continent. But sunny spells and clouds and a few spots of rain during the week for us here. And we'll see what happens the following week, whether we get back to those really hot temperatures again. Now, moving to the What's On this week. Weymouth Pavilion, tomorrow, Rhythm of the Dance. 19th of July, Bridesmaids of Britain, which is a touring comedy. 21st of July, Let's Dance Summer Showcase. 23rd of July, Tribute to the Carpenters. 28th of July, Islands in the Stream, which is a tribute to Dolly Parton and Kenny Rogers. 5th of August, Magic of the Beatles. Box office as usual, weymouthpavilion.com online or by telephone 01305 783 225. Turning to the North Fork, 29th of July, Songs in the Sun. This Is My Theatre presents Much Ado About Nothing on the 2nd of August. And 26th of August, Fort Fest, an open-air concert containing local bands. More details of all of those on nofort.org.uk. Now, turning to Arts Reach, they've got something very interesting coming up for younger members. Squashbucks Theatre presents Journey to the Stars. It's a puppet show. It lasts an hour and it's suitable for 5+. And it's going to be on Friday the 28th of July at 1:30 at Stallbridge Hall. And Saturday the 29th of July, a bit closer to us, at Martinstown Village Hall. More details about that on the Arts Reach website, artsreach.co.uk, and I'll see if next week, and see if I can get hold of a trailer of that, if there's one available to share with you. But it looks to be a lot of fun. They quite often have stuff for the children over the holiday period, and this is one specifically looking at families and children in mind. So that's Journey to the Stars on the 28th and 29th of July. The 29th of July is at Martinstown, so not too far away. Now, church services tomorrow in Wyke, Regis, 9:30 at All Saints Church and 11 o'clock at St Edmund's Church. And of course tonight we have our quiz at 7:30. Stream going live about 7:15, so you can find it, and the quiz itself starting at 7:30. Now that brings us to the end of this week's programme. I hope you have a good weekend and a good week ahead. Of course, if you've got any news or stories for us, do drop us a line at news@wykeregis.tv, news@wykeregis.tv. We'll be pleased to receive it and happy to include it in the relevant programme next week or in the weeks ahead. So, have a good week. I look forward to be back with you next Saturday at 6 o'clock. Good night.